What's up? It's your boy Tay Speaks.
What's poppin'? It's your girl J Money, the soul pleaser.
And we back with yet another episode of Juice 901. But today we got a special guest. The Vibe Master herself is in the building.
In the building.
This is Kay Johnson. How you doing, Miss Kay?
What it do, peeps? I'm good. How about y'all?
Man, can't complain. Just got
Doing
beat up by the
all right.
rain. But
It was pouring outside. I'm like, how can I get into this building closer as possible?
It's
You know,
true.
our hair and stuff.
it wasn't possible because
It was a journey to get here, but we here now.
Exactly. But that's all that matters. Like you said, we here now. We're going to have some good vibes, some good, a good time, man. We're going to get to know Kay Johnson today.
Oh, yeah.
And
Shout out to-
this
Stop
is
it.
especially a person y'all want to get to know. So
You heard.
definitely keep listening.
Exactly, man. So you want to go ahead and tell them who you are first, man? What you got?
All right. What's up, everybody? I'm Kay Johnson, the owner and CEO of Inspired Bosses. I'm a speaker and author, and the Beginner's Vibe Guide is set to release in about 2 weeks, y'all.
In 2 weeks. Let's
That's
get
crazy.
We ready. We
It's
ready.
your first time doing something like that, right?
Man, first time for sure. It's first, and it's beginners for me.
Were there any fears into, like worrying about if anybody's actually going to get it or...
You know what? It's really the fear of, you putting something out, your beliefs and your standpoint, your opinions, your perceptions, your
Right.
reality, your truth out there. So the real fear is like, anybody can say what they want to say about what I have to say. It's like, ratings of she should have never said that, you know what I mean? But it's all good.
So
Well, speaking of beginners, okay, so we're going to start from the beginning.
Whew.
I was in college with you. I know you are U of M alumni in the
Hey.
building.
Yes.
How was your college experience? We're going to start off with that
Mm.
because I know you were very involved. You don't
So
have to
it
get
didn't
too
start
deep,
out that
but-
way, though. It didn't start out that way. When I first got to college freshman year, I was tired because in high school, I was very, very involved. I was in everything from track to cheerleading to basketball to band to SGA, A student, top 5. And so when I got to college, I was like, yeah, I'm going to take a break, yo. So I kind of inched my way into getting back involved. In about 2018, that's when I really popped back out. And I was like, okay,
Yeah.
it's time for y'all to see who the real Kay Johnson is.
That's what's up. Definitely did.
But overall, college was dope. I learned how to be an individual there, and I learned much about you. I learned more about everybody that was on that campus. It was unique. I saw people riding unicycles, just doing their own thing. It was always this guy in this Spider-Man suit. Y'all don't know if y'all remember that.
Yes.
I remember that. Where is he?
Where is
doing
he
today?
now?
doing right now?
Where are you? If you're listening. But no, it was just about, coming into your own.
Yes.
And so breaking through that primary belief system of your parents and everybody else, it was a great experience. I would not do it again, but
No, I wouldn't do it again.
definitely not. Because there were some heartaches and pains in between it. You know what I
Right.
mean? So,
Yeah,
I ain't doing that over.
for sure.
But U of M, shout out to y'all.
Shout out to
Shout
you.
out to U of M.
So I know you, I did my research on your Instagram. Your Instagram is mainly, like you said, like it's just setting certain vibes throughout the day and keeping yourself motivated. So, you do all this time, you take all this time inspiring everybody else, trying to keep them motivated. What keeps Kay motivated? Like, what makes you get out there and even constantly, consistently post the videos, every day?
Woo, yesterday was a day. Do you hear me? I didn't even create no content. I did. I lied. But what keeps me, the inspired boss, inspired, honestly, it's those little moments when somebody slides up and be like, oh, your transparency was this. Or, there might be a person that says, man, I just bought your book. Or it might be the ka-ching of somebody buying my book.
Yeah.
But really, I'm a self-motivated type of person anyway. But on my low days, on my down days, on my I'm not so fueled days, it's really that quiet time, and that the why is bigger than me, yo. It's big. It's really bigger than me. It's bigger than this table. It's bigger than this building. So I have to reach down sometimes and really, really find out and revert back to why I started to begin with. I do cry. I do cry. I do get down on myself. I do get discouraged. But there's always like that little light. And I'm always looking for a gift in the moment throughout the day. I'm like, what is the gift in the moment today that can possibly change somebody else's life? Because it's really not about me.
So
Yes.
is that pretty much how you start off your mornings? Like,
Ooh, yeah. And I talk about that in the book, too. I like give y'all real raw, like my whole morning, right? And so in the morning, I'm like, wake up. What time is it? And then I'm like, okay. All right, let me connect to me. And what do I want to be today? Who do I want to be? I'm meditating. I'm just like staring. I'm thankful. I'm grateful that I'm alive because I really ain't even supposed to be here on multiple times. But that's another thing.
Yeah, we're gonna get to that one.
But yeah, I just kind of really connect with the divine energy because that's the way I'm able to put out the energy that you guys see constantly and consistently on social media. This is not a game for me. It's not a game. People's lives are not a game. It's people that are connected to what I do that really need to see me do what I do. And not just them, I need to see it too. I have to prove to me that I'm better than I used to be because it's been a long time coming.
Right. So, just like Tay said, he said that you motivating other people. So you are a motivational speaker, as we see on IG. You don't want to call yourself that?
I'm not.
What's the T?
You might get motivated or whatever, but I really am aiming to transform. So what I do professionally is I'm a transition specialist. And so with that being said, as a transition specialist, I really teach students how to transition from feeling like discouraged or insecure or really just learning how to be an advocate for themselves. I teach them how to do that. And these are students who have learning disabilities who are, quote unquote, different. I'm different. I'm special. So I love being called a transition specialist.
A transition specialist. Okay.
Yeah. But in my everyday, it's like I want to help you transform. It's about transforming the perspective that you have. So transformational and inspirational. I'll take that, but motivational, I ain't even gonna lie, y'all. I'm gonna throw that in the trash.
Okay.
So
that's cool.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. You about to say something else?
I just kind of want to piggyback back to the college life. So do you think your college experience, how you interacted with different people, kind of wanted you to make this person or inspired you to be this type of person to others?
You know what? I looked at a post on Facebook from you know how memories pop up on Facebook, right?
All the time.
It might have been 6 to 7 years ago. And it was something that I said. It said, I want to be the person that people can look to that was always inspired. So it was before college. It's really just ingrained in me. My mom's a teacher. My grandmother was a teacher. My granddad's a pastor. And my great-grandmother had 7 children out of 13 that became pastors as well. So this is just kind of in my blood.
Already in you, yeah.
But I'm doing it in my way.
I like that.
So, because that was my next question. When did it get so serious for my voice cracking? When did it get so
It's been a long day.
Man. But when did it get so serious for you to has it? Well, I know you said this in your DNA.
Yeah.
But when did it get so serious for you to get this message out to other people?
Ooh.
When did it become a life purpose for you?
Life purpose. I'd say 2017. That's when it became a life purpose because it was my first time speaking. And I actually did speak at my grandparents' church. They own a church back home called Miracle Revival Tabernacle Church. Shout out to y'all.
Shout out.
But it really started there. And I gave this talk. I can't even remember everything that I said, but I was saying a lot and I said it for a long time. But it started there. And then immediately after I experienced some real trauma, real trauma. And then later on that year, that's when I started to say, all right, I got to make my bed. And when I made my bed in 2017, I actually have a chapter in my book called Make Your Bed. In 2017, it was after I hit that brick wall early that year that in November, you can't tell me I'm not missing a day of making my bed because I knew that the significance of me making my bed was that I could be successful every day I woke up, even if that was the only success I had that day, which was making my bed. And so I talk about how the bed can represent comfortability. You know, people cry in their bed by themselves. You know, people go through things. People can't sleep at night. People have bad dreams. And that bed can really represent a level of comfortability and a level of sorrow and hurt and pain. And if you don't get up and make your bed, man, you might just be stuck. And so that's my message. It's get up and make your bed, even if that's the only success you have in the day. Because when you return home, you can say, well, I did that one thing right. Yes. You know what I mean? And it's the way you want to make your bed. It's not about anybody else and how they should see fit for you to do anything. So 2017, it really became really serious for me.
So what is something, I want to ask, so what would you say is the worst advice that you've ever gotten for somebody?
The worst advice? Oh my gosh, that's a good question. Let me think.
I know it's something.
Sheesh. I'm trying to think of a friend or something. Maybe a friend told me something pretty bad.
You like, dang, I should never did
I
that.
should never listen to her.
Should never listen.
It's probably myself, honestly. That gave the worst advice.
Not yourself, because I know we all tell ourselves something crazy that we know we're not supposed to be doing, but we do it
The
anyway.
worst advice I ever got.
And it could be from anybody.
I'm trying to really think. That's a good question. You make it be, ooh. I can't think of anybody who gave me some bad advice. I'm thinking of like anybody I talked to. Because most of the people I talk to, they legit.
Now they legit, but I know it took a while to get to that circle.
It did. I'm trying to think of who. It might have been more of a peer pressure type of thing. Maybe hanging out with certain guys. Maybe back in high school, just hanging out with certain friends who did certain things that really wasn't 100. You know what? I mean, nobody really, I can't really think of anybody who gave me some bad advice or something, the worst advice. I probably chucked that to the side. But I have been in situations where it was like, girl, you ain't supposed to be here. Like, that ain't it. This ain't your flavor over here. You need to go back over there to that spice, you know. But I can't really think of any. I'm gonna think about that on the way home.
Yeah,
on the way home, I'm be like,
she gonna give it to us. She gonna give it to us later.
And just record yourself and we'll post it on the page.
For sure. I got it. I'm like, hey, look, I got it. Finally.
Like, Juice, I got it. But I want to dig into your public speaking a little bit.
Okay.
Because you do speak in front of people.
Yeah.
So how is it speaking in front of, I guess, is it students or it's students and kids and adults? So how is it speaking with each different group, or do you do it a different way for each age group, or how is it?
Man, people are simple. We like to think just because we're an adult, you got to make it extra complicated. You got to use these extra fabricated words and vocabulary and vernacular. Man, that sound good, you know what I mean? But we're simple, and a lot of us really need to get back to that childlike imagination and creativity. So my approach is to always have fun. Now, I am going to survey the land. I'm going to survey the crowd. I'm going to see who's doing what and what is more apt to what audience. But I do love working with the students because they want to have fun, but everybody wants to have fun. They want you to incentivize things, you know. They want to play. They want to take a load off. They want to laugh. Laughter is medicine and for the soul. So for students, games, you know, I'm an engaging person. I like to ask questions. I like to give feedback. I like to see where your mind is. So when I'm in the school with them or online with them, that's what I'm always doing. I want to see what they are, and then I can put content together that helps them. But everybody wants to laugh, you know, TikTok and everything. With older crowds, still engaging. They want to do hands-on, and I think, like I said, people just want to be free. And the way that you can, let me show y'all some techniques. So when you speak to a crowd, like how I just kind of like showed you, I'm like, let me show you this technique. You guys are like locked in right now, right? Because I done got lower in my voice. And then when I come back out like this, you're like, wow. And so people like to feel like they're being taken on a journey. And so if I can take you on a journey with what I'm saying and I have you intrigued, you're like, what's she about to say next? Right? And then I could take you where I want you to go. And it's like, oh, I just went on a roller coaster. That was good.
Which is why I think it's so important. And this grind I get. This is one of my pet peeves. When people read spoken word or poems off a phone, and I go to the moon and they read off the phone, it's like a huge disconnect from what you're saying. And it's like, it's your work. Memorize your work. Like, it's just take the time, because it's a disconnect. Like you said, like when you go low and then when you go high, like you're letting them see your journey with your words. Yeah. You're painting the picture without them actually being there when you were talking, you know, when you went through it. So I mean, I definitely agree with that. You know, that's extremely important.
It's about the feel, man. What am I feeling?
Exactly. I see on your Instagram, you talk about relationships. To be specific, the single life.
Single life, yes.
So and this is, I'm not saying that you don't do it. Yeah. But is there any time where, because I know when most women talk about the single life or, you know, whatever through on Instagram or whatnot, they're never really touching on possibly being the woman's fault sometimes. It's usually you're strong, you're single, everyone, you love yourself, but it's never really, hey, it might be your fault, because, let's talk about you. Why does it never start with that? Why does it never start? Let's talk about you and then give. That's what I be talking about. Why does it never start with you and then giving advice about that?
Big vibe check. Everybody say big vibe check.
Big vibe check.
Because that's what it's all about. It's about you first, sis. Come on now. Let's be real. Let's be honest. Let's talk. Because with me, I'm going to say, look, I made some bad decisions. That was all me, bro. Like, I'm a reflection of my choices and decisions and the impact. I just got to take my lick and keep on pushing. But I put myself in that situation. There has been times where I've dated guys and I didn't speak up. So, like, yeah, we ain't together. You know what I mean? Good dudes, but we ain't together because
sure.
My own trauma. But I do believe that people just don't want to really own up to their stuff. Like,
that's
fact. Bad word, SHID, stinks too. Like, it does. Like, you put your pants on the same way I do. Hopefully, I don't know if anybody is jumping in their pants like right out the back, but it's really like honestly looking at yourself. That's what the book is about. It's about you,
self-reflection,
self-worth. What are you actually putting your self-worth? Like, where are you categorizing that? Do you really think you're worthy, right, of actual abundant love and self-love? Because people be saying self-love, I got my nails done and I went on the trip, but how do you talk to yourself, though?
Exactly.
Right? And so your relationships are really a mirror of who you have, all of the choices that you've made thus far. And I've made some poor choices.
You ever read the 4 Agreements?
You know what? I was just listening to the audio, and I'm on Don't Take It Personal. Man.
Let me know when you finish that. Because a lot of what you're talking about with the 4 Agreements he covers, I think his name is Don Miguel.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
But like that's a life-changing book. Woo. That's one of my favorite books. So I definitely recommend you read that.
Go read that.
But first, go get that K. Johnson book.
Yeah,
beginnersvibeguide.com.
And then just slide that 4 Agreements right under it. It's a perfect package.
Change your life.
Exactly, life-changing. And then real quick before we get out of here, because I do want to ask this. Well, you got another question, Jay?
Go ahead.
Do you have a TikTok? Because you post a lot. And I feel like you will really take off on TikTok. I feel like that's the platform because a lot of people are not doing that.
TikTok thing, everybody.
Man, hey, I blew up out of nowhere on that jump. I don't know what happened.
Pressure.
But I think you should do it because it's once you in there, it's easier to get it right now.
Woo! I don't know. So look, I'm gonna be real raw and ready with y'all. Look, I'm a 1-woman band right now, and girl, I'm my social media marketing person. I'm my finance person. I'm my own CEO. I'm a sales and tax person. I am my own salesman. I'm everything. And so right now, I'm just focusing on, honestly, finding my mojo. And when I find my mojo, what my audience likes, what my audience takes to, what I can, it's like, what can you expect from K. Johnson? I'm still finding that real, like, the ingredients and the recipe that makes me have that sweet sauce that everybody wants to come to, who are supposed to come to me. Because you don't go on the grocery store and buy everything that you see. You take what you want or what you need and you do that. You do what you need to do with it. It's a bunch of brands of bread, but some people want the bread, some people like money. You know what I mean? So I want to be able to say, this is what you're getting here. And I don't really feel like I've found that sweet spot yet. Even though I've constantly and consistently post, TikTok is a whole, people be really reaching out there.
And I'm telling you, like I'm gonna keep telling you to try it because
I know
feel
it's
like
out there, man. I got one. Inspire Boss.
I'm telling you, just try it. Just continue, like the same way you post on those, just post on the TikTok, and I promise you, just watch. That
repurposing the content is real. I got a YouTuber too, so and I'm my own production. I be doing my own videos, y'all. I edit and everything, so it's just like one thing at a time because I can sing. I also want to release an album
on Instagram. Well. It was a little bit, but I'm like, come on, I need to hear something.
You remember her singing?
I never heard it.
I just be teasing because I want to leave breadcrumbs. You know what I mean?
I never heard it, but
I would
drop
do
the
it
whole
right
loaf. We trying to hear something.
I would do it right now, but
But what?
We come in for that. Did we come in for that?
Man, this is the juice.
It's Juice 901.
The juice. We here for everything.
We ain't never got no direction. It can go either way at any time.
Man, that's crazy. But I have a favorite song that I really love to sing, but it's really more on the Christian side of things, and it's about just being free. And I sing because I'm happy, and that's just really me. Like, I got some stuff though.
So you got 15 seconds. Go ahead and do it.
Oh, okay. I sing because I'm happy. I sing because I'm free. His eye is on the sparrow, and I know he watches me.
She did hit the D voice at the
I had
end.
to dig it. She had
Get it,
to.
man. Hey, here you have it. We got K Justin in the building, man.
In
We
the
appreciate
building.
you for
We thank
coming.
you.
Dang.
And
For
don't
real.
let this be your last time coming, man.
It ain't.
We've been trying to get you, man.
Hashtag I am the vibe. I'll be back.
Hold up, I've been pressing that vibe. A person who disrupts normal, walking in that supernatural confidence.
Man, shout out to you for your research,
I be doing
man.
my research. I practiced it too.
Man. Look.
But y'all go ahead and make sure y'all purchase her merch. Y'all see she got that merch
For
on.
sure. Go purchase that. Go get the book.
Oh,
all
one
that.
more thing. Let me plug one thing in. So I got on May 22nd, 2021 at 1 p.m. Get your virtual or your in-person ticket to I Am the Vibe launch party. You don't want to miss this. I am the vibe, so I'm going to bring the vibes. And the
For
people
sure.
that I mess with are the vibe. If you got the book, come. If you got the affirmations, come. If you got the t-shirt, come. If you follow me on Instagram, come. If you follow me on Facebook, come. If you subscribe to me on YouTube, come out. I'm down. I'm the vibe. You are the vibe. So remember that and bring your tail to I Am the Vibe.
And there we have it. I am the vibe. K Johnson in the building, man. Who got the juice?
We got the juice. Keep the peace.
Juice 901. Let's
Yeah.
get it.
Love.